Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. Reverend Shawn Amos is my special guest today. He's in New York City right now. He's got to go. So I'm going to ask a real quick question. Um, the lyrics on this album, blues, heavily themed blues music. Just the lyrics pack a punch. They're also gentle and sweet at times. Freedom comes up, and I wanted to ask you, will we take freedom seriously? I think is one of the lyrics. What does this mean to you? Taking freedom seriously right now at this age, at this day and
Yeah,
time.
the line is we all will be free when we take freedom seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, look, there's been a lot of conversation about this, and I think it happened with the 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 the, the election of the 2016 election, where I think a lot of people realized that a lot of things we take for granted we shouldn't take for granted, right? And that free societies just don't run themselves. They remain free because the citizenry is engaged and educated and empathetic and willing to compromise and puts the needs of and has an agreed upon set of norms that we value, and we put aside our personal differences, personal preferences, believing that the greater society getting along and progressing is what's important. Other culture that the societal contract is worth keeping. And you go to other countries, you go to a lot of European countries, you go to Japan, for instance, where you feel that social contract is really strong. There's a strong social contract with one another, and that's fraying a bit here. And I think that we're the Martin Luther King quote, right? We'll either live together as brothers or perish together as fools. I may have gotten that slightly wrong, but so I'm just a believer that we're better if we hang together, and so, but that's work, that's work to stay informed. It's work to actually get out there and do some stuff that's uncomfortable, and it's work because we have to actually admit maybe we don't know everything we think we know, and that maybe we want to open our hearts to someone that isn't that naturally easy to have us open our hearts up to. So that's sort of what it is to be black. Is it's a black song, quote unquote, on some respects, but it's really a song about just like, can you put yourself in someone else's position just for a minute? Can you just think about what it might be like to go through life as a black person? Can you think to go through life as an LGBTQ person? Can you just think about for a second what it's like? Can you put yourself in someone else's shoes just for a minute? Yeah, and I think that's what it's what we're missing a lot right now.
Yeah. Reverend Shawn Amos, thank you so much for joining us this hour. There's so much to talk about with you. I hope you'll come back sometime and we can
I
talk
hope
and
so
listen to
too,
some more
man.
music together.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, it's I do a lot of these things as any artist who's doing their junkets, and it's always such a pleasure when you get to talk to someone who is digging a little deep and is willing to sort of get past the sort of straight biographical stuff. And so I really appreciate the conversation so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The new album, Reverend Shawn Amos, Soul Brother #1. We're actually going to take you to break with Soul Brother #1. I'm coming back. Reverend Shawn Amos is taking off there in New York. I'm going to come back and we're going to also premiere at the end here in this last break. We're going to play Things Will Be Fine, which is your final thoughts, right, Reverend?
Yeah, man. Things will be fine if we let it.
If we let it.
and yeah, that to me that song sort of sums up the entire sort of ethos of the album for sure. So thanks for ending with that
Really
for
great.
everyone.
Yeah, really great album. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Okay,
brother.
I'll let you go, and we'll be right back.